Hey guys, it's Mr. Moberg. I'm going to walk you through some notes on how to understand the seasons. Please make sure you have a place to record these, and if at any point I talk too fast, feel free to pause the stream. Let's start off with the sun. The sun is the center of our solar system. Our Earth revolves around the sun. Let's draw 4 different positions of the Earth, which represent each season. The Earth revolves around the sun in a counterclockwise motion every 365.25 days. Let's draw the axis in all 4 positions for the Earth and divide the Earth into 2 hemispheres. Let's start with the position on the left. The sun is hitting the northern hemisphere with a great intensity. This makes the northern hemisphere in the season of summer. It kind of looks like the northern hemisphere is reaching towards the sun. The opposite season in the southern hemisphere is winter because that is angled away from the sun. This is called a solstice. Solstice means sun stands still, and it is literally the shortest and or longest day of the year. From this position, the Earth is going to continue to revolve in a counterclockwise motion. The next season is fall, and the opposite in the southern hemisphere is spring. In this position, the Earth is not tilted towards nor away from the sun. This is called an equinox, meaning equal day and equal night. This equinox happens in the month of September. During this time, the equator receives the most direct light, and as you work your way towards the poles, the intensity gets less and less. The Earth continues to revolve, and now the northern hemisphere is angled away from the sun, meaning it receives a very low light intensity. This season is winter, while the southern hemisphere is receiving direct sunlight, making it summer, the opposite season. This is called a solstice, and again, that means sun stands still. In the southern hemisphere, this is the longest day of the year, and in the winter, this is the shortest day of the year. This happens in December. The Earth now continues to revolve into this last position of spring. And the opposite happens in the southern hemisphere. It's called fall. This is another equinox because the light from the sun hits the equator most directly at the equator. This is another time where we have equal day and equal night, 12 hours of sunshine and 12 hours of darkness. This happens in March. A couple things to point out here. Notice the equinoxes are always in opposite positions in the Earth's revolution. The same is true for solstice. Another thing to point out, the Earth's axis is tilted in the exact same position as the Earth revolves around the sun. That's it. I hope that made sense, and I hope that helped.
Before I let you go, I do want to identify 2 hangups that students tend to struggle with when understanding seasons. First, I see many students identify this season as summer because it looks like the equator is really close to the sun. If we looked at this in a 3-dimensional way, we would see, however, that it's not tilted towards nor away from the sun. It's much different than the position you see here with summer, where the northern hemisphere is actually tilted towards the sun, and the southern hemisphere is actually tilted away. Another hang-up many students tend to fall into is they try to memorize the order of all the seasons according to this exact diagram. However, you will come across diagrams where they're a little bit different. For example, right now you see the northern hemisphere in this position is tilted towards the sun, but you might see a model that looks something like this. We're just looking at the Earth's seasons from a different angle, so it's the same concept. However, now the northern hemisphere is tilted away, making it winter instead of summer. My biggest piece of advice here is to understand the concept and understand why the seasons are how they are, not just memorize it, because that's not going to help you in your understanding. Please feel free to ask questions if you have any. It's a great idea to practice drawing this out on your own. And good luck. I appreciate you guys listening to this. Thanks.